Okay, again, this is Vic. So let's proceed to the second illustrative problem. Okay, let's solve the second problem in your module number 2. Two forces A and B shown in the figure have magnitudes of 50 kilonewtons and 80 kilonewtons respectively. So A is 50 kilonewtons, force B is 80 kilonewtons. Determine, so letter A plus B. So the resultant of A and B. So again, kapag sinabing vector addition, let's say A and B, you do not literally add yung 50 and 80, ano? That means we are going to solve for the resultant of the two vectors or two forces. Okay? So, how do you solve that? Let's start with letter B, 2A minus B. So, let's start with A plus B muna, or the resultant of A forces A and B. Okay? So, this is force B, which is 80 kilonewtons. Direction is 70 degrees from the horizontal, and this is force A, that is 50 kilonewtons. Okay, and then we solve for the resultant. So how do you solve for the resultant? Again, using parallelogram method. So from the head of force B, you draw a parallel line relative to force A. Okay, so make sure it's parallel. And then from the head of force A, you draw a parallel line relative to force B. And so yung diagonal niya, the diagonal would be the resultant of the two forces. So this would be the resultant of the two forces. Resultant. Okay, so you might be hearing some unnecessary noises, background noises, because I'm at the faculty room right now. Please just focus on our lecture. Okay, so next is to solve for the angle, included angle. So yung included angle natin, ito, included angle natin, I think ginamit ng module natin is angle beta. Yun na lang gamitin natin na angle. This is angle beta. So again, we know that since this side of the parallelogram is parallel to this side, same direction, same length or magnitude, that means this is also 50 kilonewtons, and this side is also parallel to this side, so that means this is also 80 kilonewtons. And to solve for angle beta, just like what we have done sa first problem, we know that the total interior angle of a parallelogram is 360 degrees. 360 degrees, yun yung total interior angle ng buong parallelogram. That is equal to, ito, this angle is 70 plus 30. So, ilan yun? So, 100. So, this is 100 degrees. This is also 100 degrees. So, this is 100. Oh, no. Yeah. Medyo na yung blat siya. So 100 degrees. Yung angle na yan is 100 is angle beta. Since equivalent to twice of beta, so dalawang beta plus 100 degrees this angle plus 100 degrees itong angle na yan. So angle beta is equal to ilan yan? 80 degrees. Okay, so 80 degrees ito. Angle beta. Okay, so we can isolate since these two triangles are similar. Okay, parehas lang yan actually. We can analyze either of the two triangles and solve for the resultant using trigonometric functions or identities. Okay? So, isolate natin yung which do you like? Anong side ang i-isolate natin? This time, let's try to isolate yung ito na lang na upper triangle naman since we have considered the lower triangle kanina. Ito na lang isolate natin. Okay, yung upper triangle. Okay, so we have isolated the upper portion of the parallelogram. Okay, make sure na label lahat para hindi kayo malito. Okay, so let's solve for the resultant force using cosine law. So the resultant force is equal to cosine na to kasi given two sides and included angle. We have 80 squared plus 50 squared minus 2 times 80 times 50 cosine of 80 degrees. So the resultant is equal to 86.665 kilonewton. So this is A plus B, the vector sum of forces A and B. Okay, and then let's proceed to letter B. Letter B. Let me erase muna ito. Okay, next letter B. So, ano yung operation natin for letter B? That is 2A minus B. So, twice the magnitude of force A minus B. So, ito yung ating illustration for that particular item or condition. Okay, so 2A. Let's consider yung first term muna. So, 2A is twice the magnitude of A here, which A originally is 50 kilonewtons. So this becomes 100 kilonewtons. So na-multiply natin ng scalar quantity na 2. So 2A, so that would increase the magnitude to 100 kilonewtons. And minus B. So negative B tayo, negative. Na-multiply yung B sa negative na scalar that would change the direction of letter B of force B. So originally ito yung direction ng force B. So since na multiply siya ng negative na scalar, that would change the direction. So opposite niya. So baliktarin lang natin, parang i-mirror lang natin ito. So ito na yung ating force B. Nasa third quadrant na siya. So originally nasa first quadrant siya. So, since na-multiply ng negative scalar, yung B, that would change the direction of B. Okay? So, this is 70, in direction niya 70 degrees. 70. So, transfer ng angle. And this is still 30 degrees from the positive X axis. So, this is 80 kilonewtons. Okay, so same pa rin yung process natin. We solve the resultant using the parallelogram method. Again, paulit-ulit. So, paano i-apply yung parallelogram method? So, from the head of this force, mag-drawing tayo ng parallel line relative to the 80 kilonewton force. I hope it's parallel. Ayan. Mukhang parallel naman. And then, from the head of the 80 kilonewton force, mag-drawing tayo ng parallel line relative to the 100 kilonewton force. Okay. That's it. Nakabuo na tayo ng parallelogram. So, the diagonal would be the resultant force. Saan umabot tong ruler ko? Ay, sakto. Okay, so this would be the resultant force. And then solve for, okay. Since this line is parallel to this, the 80 kilonewton force, and that means this is also equal to 80 kilonewton. Same length, same direction. Pati rin ito, line na to, parallel. So dito, same length, same direction. This means that this is also equal to 100 kilonewtons. Okay? Then, we need an angle inside the triangle para ma-solve natin yung resultant force. Okay? So, by inspection, we know that this angle na to, let's say angle, ano bang ginamit dun sa module natin? Angle, wala. Let's say angle theta na lang. Angle na yan. Is equal to, so this is 180. So 180 minus 30 minus 70 degrees. So angle theta is equal to, so yung buong angle na to ay 180 degrees. So 180 minus 30 degrees minus 70 degrees. So angle theta is 80 degrees. So angle theta is equal to 80 degrees. Okay. Then solve for what else? This angle. So sinusolve natin yung resultant para magamit natin yung cosine law. We need to solve for this included angle. Let's say angle beta. So again, how do you solve for angle beta? The total interior angle for parallelogram is equal to 360 degrees. Yung total na interior angle is equivalent to, so if this is angle theta, this is also angle theta. So parehas naman. So twice of theta, that's twice of 80 degrees plus twice of beta. So beta is equal to, ano yung angle beta natin? Is it 100 degrees. Okay, so let's isolate natin yung right na triangle, similar triangle. And then solve for the resultant force using, again, cosine law. So R is equal to 100 squared plus 80 squared minus 2 times 100. 80 cosine of 100 degrees. So the resultant of the two forces is equal to 138.486 kilonewtons. Ayan. The resultant is 138.486 kilonewtons. Now, if you're interested to solve for the direction, so the direction can be measured relative to any axis. Okay, so you can measure the direction of R relative to any axis. So pwedeng x, positive x, negative y, negative x, positive y, or negative y-axis. So maybe we can solve the direction from ito na lang, from the positive x-axis. So ano yung direction ng r? Let's say angle alpha from the positive x-axis. So we know that this angle is 30, yes, it's 30 degrees alpha. So alpha is equal to this angle, itong angle na to, plus yung 30 degrees. So let's say this is angle, I've used alpha, beta, angle phi. So if this angle, itong angle na yan, itong angle na to, this angle phi, then alpha is equal to phi. Oh no, medyo kumakapal yung plus 30 degrees. But how do we solve for angle phi? So we need to solve first for angle phi. Ito. So angle phi can be solved using cosine law, no? Kasi alam naman natin yung this angle at saka yung resultant, this side of the triangle. But I think it would be easier for us to use sine law to solve for angle phi. So pag sine law, kailangan natin ng side and opposite angles. So we have r tuloy. The resultant is 138.486 divided by sine of the opposite angle, ito 100 degrees, is equal to 80 over sine of the opposite angle, which is angle phi. From that we can solve for angle phi. So what is angle phi? So angle phi is equal to 34.674 degrees. So the direction now of the resultant force from the positive x-axis is equal to, so alpha is equal to, we have 34.674 degrees plus 30 degrees. So alpha is equal to 64.674 degrees. Ayan. So this is the direction of the resultant force. The resultant force is equal to 138.486 kilonewtons, 64.674 degrees from the positive x axis. So measured siya clockwise, yung measurement niya from the positive x axis. Okay? So that's number 2. If you have questions relative to this problem, you may comment on the comment section of this video, or you may message me through the group chat and MVLE. Okay, so see you sa next na video.